Hi, I'm Darris of Petco Positive Dog Training based here in San Antonio, Texas. And today I'll be discussing exactly how change in routine can directly impact your pet's behavior. Now, I'll also be joined today by Dr. Andrew Moffatt, and we'll be discussing exactly how stay-at-home orders being lifted across the country can directly impact your pet's behavior.
Howdy folks, I'm Dr. Andrew Moffatt, Chief Medical Officer of the VetnCare Group. We're Petco's primary partner in Northern California and the Pacific Northwest, and also part of their greater veterinary ecosystem. Folks, a great first question we got today was how my pet might react when it's going through change. Just like humans, a pet's ability to cope with change is variable and very much based on the individual pet and its environment. Like humans, when a pet's routine is changed over a short period of time, we often see stress and anxieties. These anxieties can often be subtle, such as reduced appetite, reduced socialization, changes in urination and defecation, and perhaps over-grooming. But we can also see much more severe signs, such as vocalization, interpet aggression, and destructive behavior. Knowing that it's pretty hard for us to observe our pet's stress, given that we've gone back to work, and also knowing that a pet becomes stressed when their routines are changed over a short period of time, we highly recommend a proactive routine adjustment period prior to any perceived change.
Now, as millions of Americans begin that slow transition back into work, this is definitely going to be an interesting time of transition for many of our pets. So right now, what we want to do is begin to implement that routine back into their everyday life. The number one routine that you can implement right now is feeding them at the same time every single day for breakfast, lunch, and for dinner. Now, we also want our pets to know that it is perfectly okay for them to be alone. So right now, creating positive associations when you go to check the mail, that's going to be a perfect time to leave them inside the house with an interactive toy or a long-lasting chew to keep themselves busy.
Just like humans, pets' ability to cope with change is variable and very much based on the individual pet, the environment in which the pet lives, and the propensity of that client to support the pet through the transition. Certainly, pets like humans do better if they're given a longer period to transition to a new routine. And certainly, I think pets will do best if they're given weeks to months to adjust to a new routine than days. So if you know when you're going back to work following the end of the stay-at-home order, we highly recommend you put in place a proactive routine adjustment period well ahead of that change so your pet can cope with it when it comes to happen.
Now, younger dogs and puppies surely can be very adaptable during this time as we all begin to transition to head back to work. Now, this is because they don't necessarily have the same amount of set routines and/or established behaviors that an older dog might. Now, right now, of course, is going to be a time that we want to create positive associations when we're there, when we're not there. Now, keep in mind also, too, younger puppies go through different fear periods throughout their young life. And if you ever feel like your puppy is acting a little different, their behavior seems off, that is going to be the perfect time to reach out to a trainer and/or your veterinarian. Now, if I can give any advice as it pertains to introducing a new routine to your pet, is go slow and take your time. Now, that transition should happen over a couple of weeks and/or months, not overnight, as that can be a shock to the system and surely a lot for a puppy and/or a dog. So for example, if you know that you're going to start work in a couple of weeks, right now is going to be that perfect opportunity to get your dog into that routine. So for example, having your alarm clock set to go off at 8 a.m. versus 10 a.m., getting up every morning, brushing your teeth, and heading over to the coffee maker to make your coffee, and taking your dog outside or giving him his breakfast. Again, that transition and consistency is surely going to help them as we go back to work.
Folks, thanks for watching. And if you have any more veterinary related questions, find your nearest veterinarian inside a Petco location at petco.com.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow Petco on YouTube for more pet tips.